safety in the light of the recent helicopter crash. And Group Captain John Obakpolor joins us now. He's an aviation expert. Morning, and thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning.
Well, yeah, again, we'd like to just set the scene, take a background report on this matter, and we'll continue from there. Oh, we'll bring that to you in just a moment, and just give you for those who have perhaps not just taken it from that point, but looking at this and some of the headlines we see this morning expectedly, they're supposed to react to this, but one question that just kind of sticks out, at the end of the day, people just keep asking, yeah, how, when, why, but eventually, will we get a report? So many committees have been put in place now, as we always go about it, but why should we be optimistic about this one, that there just will be a report at the end of the day? But we'll come to you in a moment to let you answer that. But let's take this background report first, and we'll continue from there.
We're here to join the members of the family, friends and well-wishers. Thank God for a life well spent and a life that truly impacted on so many. So I think members of the family should thank God for the life of their late father.
Governor Patrick Yakowa paying tribute to and sympathizing with the family of the late Captain Obakpolor Douglas.
I believe that not just.
And as he took a walk with General Andrew Azazi, little did both men know that in just a few hours, Nigerians will be sympathizing and condoling with their families as well. Armed with machetes, villagers hacked their way into the forest of Okoroba, Nembe local government area of Bayelsa State, in search of the crashed helicopter. When they eventually found it, a grim reality hit them. No one could have survived, judging from the impact of the crash, as well as how severely shattered the helicopter was. After the crash, Bayelsa State Governor Seriake Dixon, as well as the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Dele Ezoba, are at the Federal Medical Center, Yenagoa, where the corpses have been deposited. A visibly saddened Governor Dixon pays tribute to the dead.
So it's a very sad day, and I can only pray that God, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, should give the families of all the deceased persons the fortitude with which to bear what is clearly an irreparable loss. For our brother and leader, the late General Andrew Azazi, Chairman of the Bayelsa State Post-Flood Management Committee, just inaugurated less than 2 weeks ago. Chairman designate of the Bayelsa Development Corporation. I really have no words to express the profound sense of loss and tragedy that has befallen this state and our country.
A sad way to end the year, and as 2013 beckons, Nigerians will be praying that tragedies like this do not spill into the new year, and that valuable lessons will be learned after investigations into the crash have been concluded.
Well, there you have that one, but all that is being done now with respect to the committee is for that ultimate end. Get the report, find out why this happened. Are we even likely to get there?
Well, like every other accident investigation, it will be done. The result will be out, and it will be plugged into the system to try to avert such occurrence in future. That is just simply put about air crash investigation. Unfortunately, since this is a military accident, because of the victims involved is being hyped to this level, they have a way of conducting their own investigation. You see, the mistake a lot of us are making is this. Military crashes is just as it is, military crashes. But aviation military in this country has not really come into real focus. Why did I say so? The only people who are involved in air crash investigation at the Nigerian Air Force primarily, because that is their primary duty. The Navy, and which this aircraft belong to, uses this aircraft primarily for their offshore operation, offshore to their platform in the sea. If a ship, it belongs to a ship. This very helicopter should belong to a ship, ordinarily. And if the ship is moving, going anywhere, it goes with it. When they get to where they're going, it takes off to shore and come back. If there is any sort of liaison or rescue team operationally, that is what it is meant for. It's not a land operating aircraft.
But over the years, a host of people have said that we've seen military helicopters just drop, as it were. There is no confidence in the safety of their operations. Why is this so?
Well, it could be said, that such could be said, but that's not true, because there is nowhere else the standard of safety is raised very high, even above that of ICAO, because I happen to have interrelated with the two bodies, ICAO and the military. Right now, in fact, last October, I attended a workshop in UK at the Royal Aeronautical Society. What was the workshop about? It was to review the setup of Military Aviation Authority. They've gotten to that stage. Since RAF was founded in 1918, nothing of such was done. They were just going on military regulation. Every commander decides his own. It's like the Air Force is on its own, have its own regulation, its own laws, everything. Then the Navy, maybe because they're just coming up in it, they may have their own. The Army at a stage was having an air wing. So now what they did now in Royal, in UK, they brought the three together as a result of a crash that happened in Afghanistan. They know that there was a disconnection among the three of them. And that was what resulted to that aircraft crashing in Afghanistan. It was a reconnaissance aircraft, Nimrod. So they now they came up with Military Aviation Authority. So you just have to have one place where you control everybody. There should be a common law. You must follow a regulation. If you don't, that is why the ICAO brought up their own regulation, which every country has to obey. And they lay it out, and they give you a standard, and they bring you up to a certain level, every country, so that when you say aviation is international, yes, if you follow a common law, if you follow a regulation. You don't fly when it is this. You don't fly if it is this. But the weather determines how you operate. Most of the airlines here have their own operational level. If you say, okay, what is you don't fly if the visibility in one place is less than 3 kilometers. Another company can have their own regulation that you can fly at 2 kilometers.